Okay, so Google just launched the newest iteration of the Google Pixel smartphone and smartwatch. These new devices, of course, are the new Google Pixel 8, the new Google Pixel 8 Pro, and the all-new and refined Google Pixel Watch 2. Now, prior to this launch here, these devices, especially the Google Pixel 8 and the 8 Pro, were subject to a number of leaks, right? I've actually made videos on this before, and I'm happy to see that not only did these phones actually drop with all of those exciting leaked features, but we even saw more during the launch today. Truly impressive things came out of today's event. I'm really happy to see what Google had in store there. Anywhere from the hardware all the way to the software. And speaking of software, by the way, one piece of that just blew my mind away, right? And we'll talk about that in just a moment. By the way, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for more information on these devices and even other devices. But anyway, so to those of you not familiar with today's event, the Google Pixel 8 will stand or does stand at 6.2 inches with what Google calls an actual display. Not actual, but Actua display. It has a high refresh rate along with a new Tensor G3 with 4,575 milliamp hour in terms of the battery size, while the Google Pixel 8 Pro stands at 6.7 inches, also with an actual display, but this time around with a super actual display, and the phone itself can go or the config rather can go up to 1 terabyte along with a large battery of 5,050 milliamps. So pretty large battery, so I'm looking forward to very good battery life, but we'll get to see that once we get that enhanced. But anyway, so in this video, I'm actually just going to be quickly covering what I consider to be the main new features, you know, that all of those considering picking up either one of these phones should keep in mind. Now, as I mentioned earlier, one thing that blew my mind when Google was covering software was specifically on the software support. Now, and let's go ahead and start off with that. The all-new Google Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro will be supported for a massive 7 years. I don't even know if I should say massive, but anyway, so for a very long period of time, 7 years, that is more than any other manufacturer out there. I mean, Apple was doing the most, I believe Apple does 5, closer to 6 for some of their devices, but this time around, Google's just figured, you know what, we're gonna go up to 7. This is insane, 7 years. And I personally am very happy to hear that, right? I was just telling myself it's about time that Google did something like this, because after all, how could Samsung support its devices for up to 5 years and Google was doing 4 years? So it's good to see that they almost double that. Meaning, to those of you who would like to go ahead and pick up this phone, just know that it will be supported up to the year 2030. It almost doesn't even sound real. That's just how far into the future it is. But anyways, before I forget, by the way, if you wanted to go ahead and pre-order this, just make sure you hit the link in the description of this video here so that you can take advantage of the pre-order deals that, you know, Google has available. In fact, if you were to go ahead and pre-order, you will get the all-new Google Pixel Watch 2 for free, you know, depending on how you play the deal. Plus, you can also get, you know, credits if you're trading in a new phone. But anyway, so the next thing that I want to talk about here is going to be AI. Google seems to have put even more weight on the role that AI will be playing with these devices here in ways to improve, you know, just a number of things, and the vast majority of that is going to be on the camera, right? It's going to be with the camera. AI plays a major role there. So be on the lookout of what my experience is going to be like when I use, you know, the camera on this phone here once I get it in hands and I make a video on it. Now, very quickly, going to the device itself, the all-new Google Pixel 8 Pro is boasting the new and improved Tensor G3 chip, which is set to have fixed a number of the issues that we encountered with the G2, right, on the previous Pixel devices. This, by the way, will be comboed with 12 gigs of RAM, which is pretty massive as well. The display here is also all spec'd out with a resolution of 1344 by 2992 and a whopping 489 ppi. So it's going to be a pretty pixel dense device. I mean, it's going to be extremely sharp, and also you do have the high refresh rate. Actually, this is going to be an LTPO OLED display, so refresh rate is going to bounce anywhere from 1 all the way to 120. So some pro level feature there. All of this includes specs on the peak brightness showing up to 2400 nits, right? So we have 2400 nits in terms of peak brightness, which again is another insane thing that Google did here. I mean, it's going to be insanely bright whether you're inside, outside, under direct sunlight. It's still going to be very, very bright. And just for reference, the iPhone 15 Pro and the Pro Max, and even just the regular 15, all have 2000 nits peak brightness, which is really, really bright. So as you can see, the Pixel here is going to be pushing beyond that. Now, quickly talking about a camera here, and as you know, the camera is always the main thing that separates Pixel phones from the competition. Like I mentioned earlier, AI is going to be playing, you know, a bigger role here, taking cameras just to another level. The Pixel 8 Pro, for example, comes with a 48 megapixel telephoto with, you know, 5 times optical zoom, a 48 megapixel ultra wide, and a 50 megapixel wide angle lens. And this time around, the camera module, as you see here, will come stacked up with a temperature sensor. Now, still with the camera here, you will also now have Pro controls on this phone here, which is something that I know many people had wished was available on the Pixel phones, or at least on the Pro model here. So now you have that here. You also, as I mentioned earlier, will have AI play a role with the video boost by improving your video through cloud processing. You know, it's going to help with the Magic Eraser and much more. The Magic Eraser, which by the way was already really, really good. So AI computational photography is just at another level here. Now, to put it in simple words, you get a new and improved camera. So essentially, you know, an upgraded camera hardware, upgrades on the software. And this, by the way, will be shipping out with Android 14 already loaded in. And I don't know that I mentioned this already. The phone itself, the new phones, you know, are boasting a new design, a new build, by the way, with a matte glass back. So there's no doubt in my mind that, you know, the Pixel 8 Pro is going to be very comfortable playing that court with the Pros, the other Pros, and the ultra level phones, right? It's just going to be very comfortable in that court. No doubt whatsoever. Anyways, I will have more to share in the upcoming days. And of course, as soon as I get this phone in hand, I'll make sure that I make a review video and of course other videos after that. So make sure to tune in, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm hoping that this was informative. As I mentioned, share this. You know, if you know anyone who would be interested, make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to comment. I will catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. As always, of course, up until that next video, stay safe out there.